Have you ever looked at your life and felt like the odds were stacked against you? Maybe you weren't born into wealth. Maybe nobody believed in you. Maybe you've failed so many times that you're starting to believe failure is your identity. And maybe every time you try to move forward, life finds another way to knock you down. If that's where you are right now, listen carefully. The odds don't decide your future. Your persistence does. The world wants you to believe that success belongs to the talented, the lucky, the gifted, and the connected. But history tells a different story. The people who changed their lives were rarely the people with the best circumstances. They were the people who refused to stop. Because talent can be wasted, opportunities can be missed, luck can disappear, but persistence keeps moving. Persistence gets up after rejection. Persistence keeps going when motivation is gone. Persistence works when nobody is watching. And persistence turns ordinary people into extraordinary examples. The truth is that most people don't lose because they're incapable. They lose because they quit. They stop after the first failure. They stop after the first embarrassment. They stop when progress becomes slow. They stop when the results don't arrive on schedule. And then they blame the odds. They blame their circumstances. They blame their past. They blame everyone except the one person responsible for changing their future, themselves. That might sound harsh, but reality doesn't reward excuses. Reality rewards action. You could spend the next 5 years explaining why your life isn't where you want it to be. Or you can spend the next 5 years building the life you want. The choice belongs to you. Nobody is coming to hand you success. Nobody is coming to carry you to your dreams. Nobody is coming to save your future. You have to become the person who takes responsibility for it. And that starts today, right now. Not next Monday, not next month, not next year. Today. Because every day you wait is another day your goals stay out of reach. Think about the dream you've been carrying, the business you want to build, the career you want to create, the body you want to achieve, the life you want to live. Now ask yourself one question. How many times have you delayed taking action? How many times have you promised yourself you'll start tomorrow? How many tomorrows have already passed? At some point, you have to stop talking about the life you want and start earning it. Because dreams are free. Results are expensive. Results demand discipline. Results demand sacrifice. Results demand consistency. And most importantly, results demand persistence. The people who win are not always the smartest. They're not always the strongest. They're not always the most talented. They're simply the people who stay in the fight longer than everyone else. While others quit, they continue. While others complain, they work. While others make excuses, they adapt. And eventually, persistence gives them what talent alone never could. The next time life tells you the odds are against you, remember this. The odds are just predictions. They're not guarantees. And predictions have been proven wrong by determined people throughout history. The question is not whether the odds are in your favor. The question is whether your persistence is stronger than the obstacles standing in your way. Because if it is, then your story is far from over. In fact, it may just be beginning. Let me tell you something most people don't want to hear. The path to success is not supposed to be comfortable. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to feel good every day. Some mornings you will wake up tired. Some days you will question yourself. Some nights you will wonder if all your effort is leading anywhere. And that is exactly where most people quit. They mistake difficulty for a sign to stop. But difficulty is not a stop sign. It's a test of how badly you want what you claim to want. Everyone says they want success. Everyone says they want a better life. Everyone says they want freedom. But when freedom demands sacrifice, many people disappear. When success demands consistency, many people disappear. When greatness demands patience, many people disappear. They love the idea of winning. They just don't love the process required to win. And that's the difference. You cannot separate success from struggle. You cannot separate achievement from sacrifice. You cannot separate growth from discomfort. The strongest version of yourself is hidden behind challenges. Every obstacle you face is asking one question. Are you serious? Are you serious about your goals? Are you serious about your future? Are you serious about becoming more than you are today? Because life has a way of exposing people who are only interested in people who are committed. Interested people work when it's convenient. Committed people work regardless. Interested people make promises. Committed people make progress. Interested people wait for motivation. Committed people create discipline, and discipline will always outperform motivation. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Other days you'll feel exhausted. If your success depends on how you feel, your success will always be unstable. That's why discipline matters. Discipline says work anyway. Discipline says show up anyway. Discipline says continue anyway. Even when you're tired, even when you're frustrated, even when nobody notices. Because the greatest rewards in life often arrive long after the effort begins. Think about a seed planted in the ground. For a long time, nothing seems to happen. No visible growth, no visible reward, no visible proof. But beneath the surface, roots are forming. Strength is developing. Foundations are being built. And then one day, growth becomes visible. Your journey is no different. Many people quit during the invisible stage. They stop because they don't see immediate results. They stop because progress feels slow. They stop because the reward isn't instant. But the people who succeed understand something powerful. Progress doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes you're growing in ways you cannot yet see. Sometimes your persistence is building a future that hasn't revealed itself yet. That's why you must keep going. Not because success is guaranteed, but because quitting guarantees failure. Read that again in your mind. Quitting guarantees failure. As long as you're moving forward, there is still a chance. There is still an opportunity. There is still hope. But the moment you quit, the story ends. In years from now, you don't want to look back wondering what would have happened if you had stayed consistent. You don't want to wonder how far you could have gone. You don't want to spend your life haunted by your own untapped potential. Because potential means nothing without action. The world is full of talented people who never committed. Full of gifted people who never persisted. Full of dreamers who never executed. Don't become one of them. Become the person who keeps moving when others stop. Become the person who keeps believing when others doubt. Become the person who keeps building when others complain. Because persistence has a power that most people underestimate. It can transform weakness into strength, failure into wisdom, setbacks into comebacks, and ordinary lives into extraordinary stories. Your current circumstances are not your final destination. They're only your starting point. And where you start matters far less than whether you keep moving forward. There will come a moment in your journey when nobody claps for you. Nobody notices your effort. Nobody sees the sacrifices you're making. Nobody understands what you're trying to build. And in that moment, you will discover who you really are. Because it's easy to work hard when people are cheering. It's easy to stay focused when results are coming quickly. It's easy to believe in yourself when everything is going your way. But what happens when none of that exists? What happens when the results are delayed? What happens when your hard work seems invisible? What happens when failure visits again? That is where persistence becomes powerful. Anyone can continue when things are easy. Very few continue when things are hard. And that's why very few people achieve extraordinary things. The truth is, success is often boring before it becomes exciting. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep. It's practicing when nobody is watching. It's learning when nobody is forcing you. It's staying focused when distractions are everywhere. It's repeating the same positive habits day after day after day. Not because it's fun, but because it's necessary. Too many people are addicted to excitement. They start strong. They make big plans. They feel motivated. They tell everyone about their goals. But when the excitement fades, so does their effort. And that's why their dreams remain dreams. Because dreams don't become reality through excitement. They become reality through repetition. The small actions you repeat every day are shaping your future. Every day you choose discipline, you're building strength. Every day you choose consistency, you're building confidence. Every day you refuse to quit, you're becoming harder to stop. You may not notice it immediately, but every challenge is training you. Every setback is teaching you. Every failure is preparing you. The problem is that most people only see failure as pain. They don't see the lesson hidden inside it. Every successful person has failed. Not once, not twice, many times. They faced rejection. They faced criticism. They faced disappointment. The difference is they didn't allow those experiences to define them. They allowed those experiences to develop them. When life knocks you down, don't ask why this is happening to me. Ask what this is teaching me. That question changes everything. Because every obstacle contains a lesson. Every setback contains wisdom. Every struggle contains growth. And growth is what creates greatness. You don't become stronger by avoiding challenges. You become stronger by overcoming them. Steel is forged through fire. Diamonds are formed under pressure. And strong people are built through adversity. Stop wishing for an easier path. Start becoming a stronger person. Because an easier path won't transform your life. A stronger mindset will. A stronger work ethic will. A stronger level of persistence will. Look at your life honestly. What have you been avoiding? What challenge have you been running from? What excuse have you been hiding behind? Because deep down, you already know what needs to be done. You know the habits that need to change. You know the work you've been postponing. You know the opportunities you've been ignoring because they require effort. The hard truth is this. Your future is being created by what you do today. Not what you plan to do. Not what you hope to do. Not what you talk about doing. What you actually do. Action separates winners from wishful thinkers. Execution separates results from excuses. And persistence separates success stories from unfinished dreams. Years from now, people will look at your results and assume you got lucky. They'll see the outcome. They won't see the countless days you kept going when nobody believed in you. They won't see the sacrifices. They won't see the failures. They won't see the lonely moments when quitting felt easier. But you'll know. You'll know that every victory was earned. You'll know that persistence carried you through moments when talent alone wasn't enough. And you'll know that the odds never had the final say, because you refused to surrender your future to circumstances. You chose to keep moving. You chose to keep fighting. You chose to keep believing. And that decision has the power to change everything. Now think about the person you could become if you stopped negotiating with your excuses. Not next year, not someday, starting now. Imagine where your life would be if you gave your goals the same energy you give your distractions. Imagine how much stronger you would become if every time life challenged you, you responded with action instead of hesitation. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is not filled with wishes. It is filled with work, relentless work, consistent work, uncomfortable work, the kind of work most people avoid. The truth is that your competition is not other people. Your competition is the version of yourself that chooses comfort over growth. The version that says, I'll start tomorrow. The version that waits for perfect conditions. The version that wants success without sacrifice. That version must be defeated every single day because comfort is expensive. It costs dreams. It costs opportunities. It costs potential. And by the time many people realize the price, years have already passed. Don't let that happen to you. Your future deserves more than occasional effort. It deserves commitment. There will be days when you don't feel confident. Keep going. There will be days when you feel overwhelmed. Keep going. There will be days when you fail. Keep going. There will be days when progress feels invisible. Keep going. Persistence isn't about never falling. It's about refusing to stay down. The strongest people are not those who never struggle. They're the ones who continue despite the struggle. They understand something most people never learn. Success is not built in moments of comfort. It's built in moments of resistance. Every workout when you're tired. Every chapter studied when you're exhausted. Every hour worked when nobody is forcing you. Every time you choose discipline over excuses. Those moments seem small, but they are shaping your destiny. A mountain is climbed one step at a time. A business is built one day at a time. A dream is achieved one action at a time. And a powerful life is created one decision at a time. Stop looking for giant breakthroughs. Focus on winning today. Focus on doing what needs to be done today. Focus on keeping promises to yourself today. Because when you stack enough productive days together, your entire life begins to change. Most people underestimate what they can achieve in 5 years. Why? Because they overestimate what they can achieve in 1 week and underestimate what persistence can achieve over time. Persistence compounds, just like money compounds, just like habits compound, just like knowledge compounds. Every day matters. Every decision matters. Every action matters. You may feel like you're behind. You may feel like you've wasted time. You may feel like you've made too many mistakes. But as long as you're breathing, your story is not finished. As long as you're willing to work, your future can improve. As long as you're willing to persist, new opportunities can appear. The past may explain where you are, but it does not have the authority to decide where you're going. That decision belongs to you. And the beautiful thing about persistence is that it gives you another chance every single day. Another chance to improve. Another chance to learn. Another chance to become stronger. Another chance to prove to yourself that you are capable of more. So stop measuring yourself by your worst days. Stop defining yourself by your failures. Stop letting old disappointments convince you that your future has already been decided. It hasn't. The next chapter is still being written. And every action you take today is writing a sentence in that chapter. Make it count. Make the effort count. Make the sacrifice count. Make the struggle count. Because one day, all the work that nobody saw will produce results that nobody can ignore. And when that day comes, you'll realize something powerful. The odds were never the most important factor. Your persistence was. There's a reason most people never reach the level they dream about. It is not because they lack intelligence. It is not because they lack potential. It is not because they were born incapable. It is because they underestimate the power of persistence and overestimate the power of circumstances. They spend years waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right connection, the right amount of confidence, the right conditions. But the right conditions rarely arrive. The people who achieve remarkable things learn to move before they feel ready. They take action while they're uncertain. They work while they're afraid. They continue while they're doubting themselves. Because they understand something that changes everything. Confidence is not the cause of action. Action is the cause of confidence. The more you do, the more you believe. The more you persist, the stronger you become. The more challenges you overcome, the less intimidating future challenges appear. Think about every skill you've ever developed. At first, you struggled. At first, you made mistakes. At first, you felt uncomfortable. But because you continued, what once felt difficult eventually became normal. Life works the same way. The obstacles that seem impossible today can become manageable tomorrow if you refuse to quit. But you have to stay in the fight long enough to see that transformation happen. Too many people quit right before growth arrives. They quit right before the breakthrough. They quit right before the opportunity. They quit right before the reward for all their effort begins to appear. Don't be that person. You have already survived difficult days. You have already overcome challenges that once seemed impossible. You have already proven that you're stronger than you sometimes give yourself credit for. So why stop now? Why surrender now? Why let temporary pain convince you to abandon permanent goals? The struggle you're experiencing today is not here to destroy you. It's here to develop you. It's teaching patience. It's teaching discipline. It's teaching resilience. It's teaching persistence. And those lessons are worth more than temporary comfort. The people who create extraordinary lives are not people who avoid hardship. They are people who use hardship as fuel. Every rejection becomes motivation. Every setback becomes a lesson. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to grow stronger. That mindset changes everything. Because once you stop seeing challenges as enemies, they lose their power over you. You begin to understand that every difficult season is preparing you for a greater responsibility. Every challenge is building strength you will need later. Every obstacle is creating a version of you that is more capable than the one who started the journey. And that's why you cannot judge your life by your current circumstances. You cannot judge your future by your present struggles. You cannot judge your potential by your temporary setbacks. Your current situation is just one chapter, not the entire story. The mistake many people make is believing that today's reality is permanent. It's not. People change. skills improve, knowledge grows, opportunities appear, lives transform, but only for those who keep moving. Only for those who stay persistent long enough for change to happen. The future belongs to those who refuse to quit on themselves. The future belongs to those who keep showing up. The future belongs to those who continue taking action when excuses would be easier. And if you're listening to this right now, understand something. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to know exactly how everything will work out. You only need to take the next step, then the next, then the next. One day at a time, one challenge at a time, one victory at a time. That's how powerful lives are built. That's how impossible dreams become reality. And that's how persistence defeats the odds. As we come to the end of this message, I want you to remember one thing. The odds don't decide your future. Your persistence does. Not your background, not your mistakes, not your failures, not the opinions of people who never believed in you. Your persistence, because every day you wake up and choose to continue, you are rewriting your story. Every time you get back up after being knocked down, you're proving that circumstances do not control your destiny. Every time you refuse to quit, you become stronger than the obstacle standing in front of you. Life will test you. It will challenge you. It will disappoint you. There will be moments when progress feels slow. Moments when effort feels invisible. Moments when quitting seems easier than continuing. And in those moments, remember why you started. Remember the person you're trying to become. Remember the future you're trying to create. Because that future is worth fighting for. Nobody can do the work for you. Nobody can build your dreams for you. Nobody can live your life for you. That responsibility belongs to you. And while that responsibility is heavy, it is also powerful. Because it means your future is not in the hands of luck. It is not in the hands of circumstances. It is not in the hands of the odds. It is in your hands. You have more control than you think. You have more strength than you realize. You have more potential than you've shown so far. But potential means nothing without action. Dreams mean nothing without effort. Goals mean nothing without persistence. The life you want is on the other side of consistent work. The confidence you want is on the other side of disciplined action. The success you want is on the other side of refusing to quit. So when this video ends, don't just feel motivated. Act. Don't just agree with the message. Apply it. Don't just tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. Start today. Take one step, no matter how small. Then take another tomorrow, and another the day after that. Keep moving. Keep learning. Keep improving. Keep fighting for the life you deserve. Because years from now, when you look back at your journey, you won't be proud of the excuses you made. You'll be proud of the days you kept going when it would have been easier to stop. You'll be proud of the sacrifices. You'll be proud of the discipline. You'll be proud of the persistence that carried you through every challenge. And most importantly, you'll be proud that you never surrendered your future to the odds. Before you go, if this message connected with you and gave you something valuable to think about, consider subscribing to the channel so we can continue growing together. If a part of this message spoke directly to your situation, feel free to leave a comment and share your experience. Your story may inspire someone else who is fighting a battle nobody can see. And if you know someone who needs to hear this message right now, share it with them. Sometimes a few words of encouragement can change the direction of someone's life. Thank you for spending these moments with me. Now, close this video and get back to work. Your goals are waiting. Your future is waiting. And every day you persist, you're proving that the odds never had the final say. They never will.